Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Let's take a look at what's in store today.
Alley of Blood has landed back in game, and for the first time ever I actually managed to match with my friend Game Zone and be on the same team. Normally when we match in Alley of Blood we end up against each other, and the match before this we didn't even match together, so I was quite happy to see that we were on the same team for Alley, as it's always nice to actually play alongside your friends rather than against them. And there's no way I want to face Game Zone as a Tempest, especially as Tempest is really strong in Alley of Blood and obviously immune to Wizard CC builds. So this is the team that we have all together. We did also have another CC Wizard on the team, which I was quite happy to see. Two CC Wizards in a team on Alley of Blood, Vol, anything where you're a team of 4 works really nicely. So this was, I was excited for this match to say the least, and yeah, we'll see how this build goes. So the build I'm using is actually a little bit different to what I've previously used in Alley of Blood, and this has a little bit more CC and a little bit more freeze than other builds that I've used. So it is a spam build. I'm not going to go through the build in detail, but I'll let you see obviously how it works. So we've obviously, your skills we're using are Slow Time, we've got Arcane Wind, Meteor, and Frostfield as well. And then the specialist skill that I've chosen for this is Stone Hex, because Stone Hex does work against all classes in Alley of Blood, and this is sometimes useful against CC immune classes, especially if classes or players are using specific skills that make them immune to some of the CC. So that is what I've gone for today, and we'll see how this does. Now, I've been using this build in Vault recently, and I've had quite a lot of success with it, whether I have another wizard on the team or just if I'm with my normal team for Vault, which is generally we go with a Crusader, a Barbarian, and Game Zone as Tempest, and that seems to work pretty well. I'm the only one playing CC build in Vault, but this does work really nicely in that. So I'm hoping I'll have some success with it in Alley of Blood. As you know, I don't normally enjoy Alley of Blood, and I normally don't really have any success in here either, so I'm hoping this will change with this build that I set up this week. So let's see how the rest of the battle goes and hope for some success. Be quite nice to get some decent kills as well. Currently I am really low on health and trying to, or wanting to bandage, but I also want to keep these players away from our tower. And hopefully we won't have too many deaths in this game. Now, I do love that effect with the parasol when you kill another player. That is from this Phantom Market cosmetic, and it's a super cool effect. I did show it in my Phantom Market video from the other day. However, it's nicer to actually see it in action when you're in PvP, and it's quite a funny little effect, I think. So for those that are new to my channel or to Diablo Immortal, Alley of Blood is a non-resonance based PvP in-game, and this is a limited time event that comes around every few weeks. Now, you gain a lot from completing this, so in just 2 matches I actually completed all of the event rewards for Alley of Blood, minus the 2 that were based on wins. So I've got 2 more tasks to complete for this, which is win 3 matches and win 8 matches. But that has obviously given me progress in the event centre towards several rewards, and I have gained a few rewards from it already. And then also it's given me the actual event rewards and codex points, etc. as well. So it's a good event to play, even if you just play it for the codex rewards. If you don't feel that you're very good in PvP, it's actually a good way to test different builds, because you're going to be leveled out to the same as everyone else in the battle. It gives you a good idea of how your build works against different players and against different classes as well. So Alley of Blood is a good way of testing out builds, similar to Conqueror. I do actually recommend playing both of them just to test things out, just to test a build and see how strong it is, see if it works for you, because obviously there's lots of different play styles, and Wizard is pretty versatile with the builds that you can put together for it, so it's quite a nice class to play. Now, first tower is down, so we've done well so far. I'm just going to bandage before we push forward some more, and the other wizard is ahead of me as well here, so that's helpful. However, all the players came forward at once and killed us. Now on our team, obviously we have Game Zone as Tempest, we have 2 Wizard, and we have Blood Knight as well. So this isn't necessarily the best setup for Alley of Blood team. It's kind of better if you have a, if you're Wizard, if you have a Barbarian and a Crusader on the team, which we obviously didn't have either of those. So I wasn't sure exactly how the battle was going to go. I knew that having 2 CC would definitely help, and thankfully we weren't against all Tempests or anything like that, because that would have been completely awful and a complete nightmare. Now, I did 3 Alley of Blood matches in total today, and I will actually put all of them at the end. I'll put all the results at the end of the video so you can see. And I did also have the joy of playing another match with one of my warband guys as well, so that was quite fun. As I said, normally when I play Alley of Blood, even if I queue at the same time as my friends, we don't normally end up on the same team. And this time I did actually end up with both of my warband guys. So obviously this match with Game Zone on my team and the other match with Ben Kai, the other wizard from my warband. So yeah, I was pretty happy about today's matches for Alley of Blood. Now, Game Zone is pushing the front line in this battle as much as possible, and then myself and the other wizard are trying to stay back a little bit, and the Blood Knight on our team is also pushing the front line. I'm not sure how I managed to throw a meteor on myself there, but yeah, this has been working pretty well for us in this battle. As you can see, we're close to taking down that second tower. It doesn't have much life left, and just like that, it has been taken down, but so have I, unfortunately. So they do have some strong players on their team. And sometimes when I'm playing these PvP matches, I get a bit too excited and push forward way too quickly when I should actually take a bit of a step back to bandage or heal myself. And obviously one downside with the build that I'm using is there is no way of escaping. There is no teleport in this build because I'd have to swap out one of the skills. So I'd either have to swap out one of my freeze effects, one of my CC effects, or I'd have to swap out slow time, which I did test this with teleport instead of slow time, and it doesn't work as successfully because slow time, the essence that I'm using for that is actually reducing the cooldown of all of my skills, which is why it allows me to spam them a little bit more. So when you do swap out that slow time for teleport, you find it's not quite as successful. You don't really get the same amount of speed with your skill cooldown or anything like that. So we're doing pretty well in this battle so far. We've got a nice amount of kills between all of us. I've died kind of a disappointing amount of times, but I guess it is what it is. And yeah, let's head back into the battle now and see if we can continue pushing forward. All we've got to do now is take down their crystal heart. Now, if you're in a Shadow clan that isn't very active, I definitely recommend attending Shadow War every week because it is the same map layout as Alley of Blood and Vigil of Blades, and it will give you a little bit of experience on what the map looks like and how you can play this, what skills, what builds work well within this map. Because Alley of Blood, the map is kind of different to Battleground. There's lots of bottlenecks in it. The one large area is the center, but that is the one place that you want to spend the least amount of time because it makes it very difficult to actually push forward from that point. If you're stuck in the center of the map in Alley of Blood fighting, it makes it very difficult to push forward. So that is what I would recommend if you are a Shadow in this game. Whether you're new or whether you're someone that's experienced and just in a quiet clan, definitely attend your Shadow War and get a bit of practice in for things like Alley of Blood and Vigil of Blades. So we're close to taking down their crystal heart now, and I feel a bit sad for the other guys because I know what it's like to be on a losing team in this, even if you're trying really hard. But it was nice for once to be on the winning team in Alley of Blood, so it was a victory for us. As expected, Game Zone was the MVP of the battle with 16 kills, 3 deaths and 15 assists, and I wasn't too far behind with 7 kills, 5 deaths and 17 assists. Now this was my first battle. I wasn't MVP, but I was top for kills and also a crazy amount of assists at 17 there. So I was quite happy with that battle. That was my first attempt with this build in Alley of Blood. And then lastly, this was the battle that I had with my warband guy who was MVP of the match there. And you can see I actually had 28 assists in this battle. This was a crazy battle. Unfortunately, it was a defeat, as you can see, simply because they took our second tower down. But, I mean, I call bullshit on that because 48 kills against 24 is insane. And, yeah, we still lost because they managed to take our second tower down. And although we were trying to take their second tower down, we did run out of time in this last battle. But that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to share the video from my first battle, so the results previous to this. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.